We are all people of habits. I mean, it's in our nature. But when you think of the top 1% people, or even top 0.1% people, the most successful people, whether it's an athlete, a businessman, whoever it may be, the type of habits they build are never bad ones. And they consistently create good habits because what they have repeatedly done is what they became. And the same goes for you. The habits you form and what you do repeatedly is what you become. So, are you building the right habits? Everyone has built habits throughout their life, but the majority of people develop bad habits because they don't understand that what they're doing is actually harming them and ruining their lives. These people who develop bad habits are never the ones on the path to success. And you can clearly see it by the way they carry themselves through their own process and how everything they do is always in a low vibrational negative way. Now, what are the characteristics of a person with bad habits? Typically, when I think of a person with bad habits, I think that the person is lazy, they make excuses for everything, they're most likely out of shape, and they have no self discipline and no self respect. And this is why when you see these people, you don't respect them either because you know that they aren't willing to change themselves and create these good habits that they need in their life. And I preach this all the time. Everything you do always comes from the mind. Everything you will do and will start begins with your mind and how you think. Building your habits comes from your mind. If you do not want to be a high achiever, then your habits are going to reflect what you do in this life. And like I said in the intro, think about the top 1 or top 0.1% of people in this world. Think of like Iman Gachi, Mike Tyson in his prime, Cristiano Ronaldo. Think of how successful those guys are. They didn't get there out of sheer luck. I mean, some of it was sheer luck, of course, but most of that was from their discipline through good habits. They built these good habits to become what they are now. And you need to be aware of the habits that you are building. And you need to build the right habits that are going to help you grow as a person and reach the level of success that you want. And by doing so, you will not only respect yourself, but you will gain the respect of others. And this is how building habits affected my life. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not going to sit here and say I've never developed any bad habits because, of course, I have. Everyone has. But you have to become aware of the bad habits and what they're doing to you and what they're doing to your life. For instance, I believe the easiest habit to build is to start waking up early. Since the age of 17, I've been waking up at 4 a.m. From there, I developed the habit of getting into the gym, working on my body, which then led me to getting real serious about fitness and about the gym. And so I just started to develop the habit of tracking my macros, my nutrition, and all these things. And these three simple things together allowed me to gain self respect, discipline, and began to slowly mold me into the person I wanted to become. And this began to lead me down the path that I wanted to go down. We always want to achieve great things and go down the path that we admire the most, but we are never willing to put in the work or never willing to change. You probably heard the saying before, nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you aren't willing to change, then you're going to stay in the same place you are right now. You are what you consume and think. Your habits and everything you do is always a reflection of your mind. If your mind is corrupted and you're always negative, then you're going to become a person of bad habits. You're going to bring these negative things into your life, and then you begin to wonder why the world is out to get you. But in reality, it's your fault because you're not willing to change any of the habits that you're doing that is negatively affecting your life. And so when you eliminate these bad habits and develop new ones, it begins a huge snowball effect in your life of nothing but good habits. So this is what you need to do to start building good habits for success. Like I said about waking up early, I believe that waking up before 6 a.m. will benefit everyone. It's the best base for building habits. And if you're one of those people that think waking up is such a nuisance or it's very hard to do, first, you need to shut the fuck up and stop acting like a child. Secondly, this will be the best habit that you can start building today because you know it's out of your comfort zone. And I promise you, as soon as you wake up at the time you set your alarm for, you will realize that you overcame an obstacle in your mind that you thought you could never do. And so you begin to believe that you can achieve anything. So then you start to build more good habits and begin to stack more and more wins. And the success begins to compound, and you will see it in front of your eyes. So here's my advice to you: start waking up before 6 a.m., go hit a workout or cardio session, and then get into a deep workflow state. Work on that business you've been wanting to start, or that creative project you've been holding off, or even your schoolwork. Get that get that shit done, man. Whatever you've been holding off, you need to get it done. And this will help you begin to stack wins throughout your day, but build good habits. And it'll be easy because you'll wake up at 6 a.m. and then you're coming off of the workout with all those good endorphins, which will help drive you to completing any task or work that needs to get done. And I promise you, you will begin to see your life change right before your eyes. And this is just in a matter of time. It's time to lock the fuck in, bro. Peace.